It's the Man Cave Morning Show.
Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon, and you're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
It's the Man Cave Morning Show.
What's good, people? Happy Tuesday.
It's the Man Cave Morning Show.
Peace and blessings. We are back on the official Man Cave
the
Morning
Man Cave
/
Morning
Midday Show.
It's morning somewhere.
Yes. Shout out to everybody around the world. It is morning in certain parts of
That's
the
right.
country.
It's morning in
and
Zamuna.
everything. Peace and blessings, everybody.
Peace and blessings.
Shout out to everybody watching us live, no matter what platform. But first and foremost,
It's the Man Cave
my
Morning
partner in
Show.
crime right here, the man that understands, and together we got the plan. We call him what?
Deacon Wu, Wakanda Forever, and Zamunda as well.
I'm just humbly stormed on the general.
El Jefe.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace and blessings.
Peace.
Excited. I'm excited to be back today. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about some things. Yes. Shout out to everybody on the check-in, man. Shout out to everybody watching us live right now on BKS1 Radio TV. That's on YouTube. BKS1 Radio TV. I think the link is in the post if you'd rather watch on YouTube, because you're on Facebook, be acting up sometimes and everything. Shout out to everybody watching us live right now on Twitter. And Periscope. That's at BKS1 Radio ENT. I retweet that to my personal Twitter too. That's at Storm of BKS1. All right, so shout out to everybody on the Twitter Periscope world. Shout out to everybody on FB. Let me get some FB love real quick, man. Just get some little FB love real quick. Shout out to Jay Smooth. Shout out to CE King Parker. Shout out to Thalia Mercado. Hey, what's up, mama? Shout out to Barb on the check-in. Shout out to Carmen Brown, the real Carmen Brown on the check-in. Peace and blessings, Carmen.
Peace.
What's up, sis? Shout out to Shakisha on the check-in. What's up? Salute Detroit. Detroit on the check-in.
The D.
Yes, the D. Love Detroit. Shout out to Kim Sharif, a.k.a. the Diva, saying happy holidays to everyone.
All right. Happy holidays, baby.
Happy holidays. Shout out to my man Walter Pittman on the check-in. CE is the super promoter. Gotta give love to my man CE.
Respect, King. Respect.
Yes. And everybody, peace and blessings. We are officially here. It's the Man Cave Show. Let's get this thing on and pop.
Show.
Now look. I don't know if y'all see it in the post, but one of the things we're going to be discussing today as the main topic is the words you say can have a long-lasting effect on someone's life.
A long-lasting effect, sir.
The words you say can have a long-lasting effect on someone's life. Now, it could be in a negative light.
Right.
It could be in a positive light.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about that. That's one of the things we're going to talk about that today. And of course, we got some hot topics and discussions. So raise your hand if you got the shout out to Apollo DJ Jess. Raise your hand if you got that COVID-19 vaccine. Yet. I just want to know if y'all got it yet. I didn't get it yet. Woo?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I'm ducking and dodging, baby.
You ducking and dodging?
I don't know how successful I'm going to be. I'm ducking and dodging, son.
So the fact that Dr. Fauci, he took it himself.
Did he?
Yeah. That didn't persuade you in any type of way?
Yeah. General, for real? Yo, Duke. It's water in a syringe, son. Come on, fam.
Look at Fauci.
Man, come on, fam. Ain't nothing in that syringe,
Fauci did it.
Yeah, got some water in there, bruh. Some saline solution,
so
dog.
So you think the nurses, too, on TV, it was water?
I think right there, Dr. Fauci ain't getting shit but some water, some saline. You understand what I'm saying? Perhaps some Clorox via Trump, but the real deal, son? Nah, bruh, nah.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So you mean the fact that LeBron, if LeBron get it, you getting it?
Not yet.
Huh?
Not yet, sir. Listen. I have several friends from my grammar school that I attended called Chad School. Very brilliant people that are literally physicians. And a lot of them are on camera like, I got it. They're doctors. Like,
right.
Don't be stupid, Dawood. I'm a trained medical professional.
Right.
You need to keep yourself safe and blah, 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 blah. As of today, I'm dodging and weaving as of today, sir. I'm just telling you, like,
really?
Yeah, bro, that's too fast, bro. What's in that thing? What's in the concoction? And you can figure out what's in that concoction that's not going to kill us this quickly. I'm just saying, listen, am I speaking from my ignorance? Yes, I am. You understand? I'm a host on the show.
Kim Sharif said, no, I'm not taking it. came out too soon.
Listen.
C. King Parker said, hell no. Toya Snow. Shout out to Toya Snow.
The man came on the show.
Man, listen, we've been Facebook friends for a long time, Toya Snow.
And Toya said, nope.
She said, nope. Toya saying it nice. She really want to say, heck no.
General, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I have childhood friends that are MDs. Like, hey.
Right.
And I'm like, look, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still like,
No, I got some. I know a few people that went and
they took it.
Yeah, they got it.
Yeah,
they got it.
Medical professional. You know.
I mean, listen, man.
Respect, dude.
More power to you.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know what I don't know what to tell anyone, but all I'm saying is this. I will say this. Ingrid just says, "Hola, happy Festivus Eve, everyone."
Festivus for the best of us.
Here's my thing, though, bro. Just break this down to me, right?
Go ahead.
So, we go to the Dirty Dog joint, right?
Go ahead.
We on the streets of New York.
Yeah.
We see the Dirty Dog truck.
I'm running over to it.
We go get a Dirty Dog.
I can't go to New York without it.
Right?
Absolutely.
We roll up into the liquor store.
Yes.
We buy vodka. We buy Henny.
Yes.
We buy this.
Okay.
We buy that. We buy that. Whatever. Like
okay.
That. Easily, we just buy it.
Yeah, of course.
Me and you sat up here and ate a whole bag of chips apiece.
Yeah.
We tore them damn chips up.
But that's slow death, sir. That's slow death. Absolute home of the Whopper.
We tearing Burger King up. Yesterday, I
Make it your way.
I bought a trough of fried chicken yesterday.
Yeah.
Trough the fried chicken yesterday. And I tore that damn chicken up.
Yeah.
Not once did we question what's in that chicken. Not once did we question what's in that Dirty Dog. Not once did we question what's in the alcohol that we consume.
Okay.
All right?
But it tastes good, though. It's so tasty, too. It tastes good. Shots hurt. You see what I'm saying?
There you go.
Hurts.
There you go.
I don't want that
Why don't we question these things, right? And we all want the pandemic to be over. Now, remember, I'm playing devil's advocate here. And we all want the pandemic to be over.
Okay.
We want to be done with this. We want to be done with wearing masks, right? We want to go to church with the full congregation. See the choir and hear the pastor speak. We want to go back to the club and be jammed up with people sweating and dancing.
Yeah.
Right? Trying to get the phone number from Sister Too Funky to your right.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We want to do all these things, right? But we are hesitant on taking this damn vaccine. Why is that? Y'all explain it to me. Let's give the people the number, Woo.
It's the man cave.
Call in. If you want to call in or just put your comment in the comment section, we will try to read it. Definitely. But call in 646-233-1302. Again, that's
646-233-1302.
Yeah, we just want to know, man, like, why is it that we trust everything else, right? Stuff we buy from the store. We haven't seen none of this stuff made or manufactured. But we trust it.
Okay. So can I take a stab at this?
Take a stab.
Okay.
Stab it.
I really believe, right, that if this happened under the Obama administration, this is for me personally. Okay. If this thing in Obama was like, yo, the vaccine, I will be more like. I'm not saying I would take it,
right.
But under this current administration, which is going by the wayside or whatever, like, to me, I always thought that the government was about rules and supposed to be best. I just watched the government and people in the government just do a bunch of whack stuff for 4 years, and I literally do not trust the government's influence in this thing. Now you're saying it's not the government, it's Pfizer, it's this, it's that. I saw so many rules being broken. I saw so many black people getting killed. I saw so much whack stuff over the last 4 years. Like, whereas with Obama, if I had a problem with him, I wasn't like, but he's not crazy. You know what I'm saying? He's not just off the hook. I just seen stuff go off the rails so bad that when it comes to the government telling me something, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Right.
I feel like I gotta protect myself.
So it's
You
our
see what I'm
lack.
saying?
It's our lack of trust.
Lack of trust
for
in
for
our
the
government. Yes,
it's a lack
that's
of
what I
trust
would say.
for the government is mainly why people don't want to take this vaccine.
Yes.
Even though we've been taking booster shots and vaccines for years.
Yes.
And all of this.
Yes.
Okay. So, seeing your favorite basketball player, seeing your favorite actor, seeing your favorite politician, your favorite doctor, or whatever. None of that is going to influence you to take the vaccine.
See, because the way I feel about media and propaganda entertainment, like I know how we can be easily controlled, by somebody getting on the TV station and saying, hey, Denzel Washington took the shot, you took the shot. I'm so paranoid, not just paranoid, but I just have a knowledge of how we're so easily controlled this way or that way. So, excuse me. If I call the police and I'm not sure whether they're going to be good for me or for bad for me, I feel the same way about this shot. Back in the day, it was like, yo, call a policeman. He's your friend. I don't feel like that now. You see what I'm saying? And so when people get on TV and say, take it, the first thing I can do is, as a knee-jerk reaction, I go, no. That's my immediate fault. Like, nah, I'm not doing nothing. You take it. You this. You that. Now, am I going to feel that way 2 years from now? When 1 million people took the shot and only 25 people died? Maybe not.
Let me ask you this then.
So black. What?
Let me ask you this then.
Yes.
Are you taking that $600 stimulus check from the government? Are we taking a $600 stimulus check from the government? I'm listening.
Oh, I'm taking. Look, first of all, that stimulus come out my taxes, baby. So I'm taking what's mine. Yes.
Taking that.
Hell yeah. It's money. Money ain't a shot.
So we taking that.
Unless they put some poison on the check itself. But I got direct deposit. I'll take the $600.
$600. So I saw a lot of people like, $600? $600. Now listen. Although I'm gonna keep it 100, right? When you look at what other countries are doing, and I meant to pull those stats for y'all.
Yeah, it pales in comparison.
For their people, it does. It pales in comparison to what other countries are doing. And the U.S. is giving out $600. Right. Other countries are giving out $1,500, $2,000 here, $1,500, whatever the case may be. But other countries is giving out a lot more money to help their people from their country or whatever. And, do I think they can do more? Yes, absolutely. I think it needs to be a stimulus check. I think it needs to be gift card. I think it needs to be a WIC check just for food. It needs to be a check so you can get some money. It needs to be a card so you can get some food. That just like the WIC checks or whatever. It needs to be some other things because a lot of people are hurting right now. And I do think the biggest relief for people right now, especially for people that's not working, needs to be some type of relief when it comes to rent and with the mortgage.
Absolutely.
I know somebody is very close to me right now. They owe between like $8,000 and between $8,000 and $10,000 in arrears from their rent because they've been out of work since like June, July. So to me, that would be the biggest help: rent, enforced rent relief.
Of course,
and some type of mortgage relief, and stop these landlords from putting out tenants that were affected by COVID.
Right.
To me, that needs to be in this package. That would help a lot more. But going back to what I was saying, so we taking the $600.
Hell yeah! What you mean? What, I'm gonna give it back?
Because a lot of people are saying, "What can you do? What can you do with $600?" I can do something with $600.
Okay, so do me a favor. So don't accept it and send that $600 to me and Norm. That's cool. I'll spend it. No problem.
Right. If you really don't care about that $600, please feel free to Cash App.
To Cash App
BKS1 Radio.
That's right.
Let's read some comments.
Send it to the Man Cave Morning Show. I'll spend
Shout out to everybody on the check-in. Shout out to Tony Coleman on the check-in. Shout out to Tracy Abrams. She said, I'm taking that slap in the face. Yeah, it is a slap in the face, Tracy. $600 stimulus check, and I'm still going to talk crap about it while spending it. Yes, me too.
So how come it went down from $1,200? Like if they gave us $1,200 last time, one time, why'd they cut it in half? What's up?
I don't know. I heard some people did get $600 the last time.
Okay.
Shout out to James Glenn. Greg, what's good? Greg said, would people be more open to the vaccine if a different president was in office?
I just said that. Absolutely. He doesn't inspire confidence at all.
Right.
And his infrastructure, anyone with any sense, he fired long ago. So absolutely, yes.
Ingrid said that's our money.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we take it?
Yeah.
Sandy said, Boo Thang said, I don't trust this administration. but I trust scientists. Okay, I rock with you on that. Denise said, I don't even take the flu shot. And C. King Parker said, it's all synthetic and chemicals in all vaccines. He said it's an insult, talking about the stimulus check.
Okay.
English said, who's paying the landlord's mortgage? See, they need relief too. Ingrid.
Actually, yeah, you're right. You're right.
They need relief too.
Yeah, you own an apartment block. That's your form of income, and you ain't getting no money.
If you give them relief first, then they can give the tenants relief.
Right.
So, understand, if that's their only source of income, if you're a landlord and that's your only source of income, you know what I'm saying? It's like they need relief too. And these things need to be thought out. So what's the main thing? When they say, what's the main 3 things that you need, and that all businesses that are successful contain what? Food, clothing, and shelter.
Right, of course.
Right? So that's the 3 main things, right, that we need. Food, clothing, and shelter. All right? In the summertime, I see some females, y'all don't think clothing is important. But it's
and
all right.
Thank you for the fact that you feel that way. I appreciate that.
But now we all need it. So I think shelter should definitely be in that relief plan package. Food, definitely, and some money.
So to me, I don't understand why other first world nations have given out so much more relief. They have with the checks and the loan forgiveness and everything else. How come Germany and France and this and that? Aren't we supposed to be the best, the brightest, number one in everything? They gave out $1,200. When was that? 8-9 months ago. Like, why isn't America able to do that when other countries that are set up in a similar fashion to us in Europe and everything else, Italy, all that, Germany, how come they can do it and we can't? Like, what's going on with our system? To me, it's politics as usual. To me, it's the government that stole your Social Security that you've been paying into for the last 40 years. Right. They took that. You know what I mean? It's the same government that doesn't pave our streets, and on and on and on and on. So why should I trust a government that I can go down the list and see how they failed me? Slow your roll. I am an American citizen. I do pay taxes. I love America. But what I'm saying is, how come I can't have a balanced view of the government? Like I don't trust the election results. You know what I mean? Like the water main broke on my block. Like, if they can't get none of that right, they can't get education right. They can't figure out how to give us all health care, but they can figure out how to give me a shot that they just made up 2 weeks ago. Okay. All right, man, rock out. Enjoy yourself. Like,
no doubt. Ingrid said, I didn't get $1,200 the last time. They would probably send me $75 this go around.
Well, yeah. But when they initially brought it out, they was like, yo, the base is $1,200. Now they're like, the base is $600. Right. Don't even expect $1,200. Just expect the $600. You know?
Wow. Yeah. Wow. So we was having a conversation earlier, and you know, Wu when he walks in the door,
black nationalist all day, baby.
Yeah, he comes in with
fire and
explain
brimstone.
This to me about Black Negro League and blah 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 blah. What's happening now with the Black Negro League?
So Major League Baseball is now going to incorporate the stats from the Negro League, meaning that the Negro League is now part of the national Major League Baseball, whereas it was separate before. Now it's now officially part of baseball. That's licensing, merchandising. That's the stats. You're going to see the stat change, etc. And what I said to Norm was, it was separate for a reason. And I think that by you graphing it into Major League Baseball proper, within a year or 2 years, all of that history, the good and the bad, why they were excluded, what they had to go through, who was the first, will just be completely erased. You're going to read the history book like, you know, the Homestead Grays was part of the Major League Baseball. No, they weren't. The reason that we had to establish our own league, the reason that we had to get our own business together,
you think
all of that will be erased in a couple of years.
You think it's going to be erased?
Watch this.
You think it's going to be erased?
I think that in 10 years, Eminem will be the greatest hip hop artist ever.
You could erase
just
history?
like Elvis. I've seen it done
with documentation and records and all of that.
Okay, so when I look at
slavery will never be erased.
Okay, have you seen what's in the books now? The current textbooks where they say we were sharecropping and this and that and the other. Yes, you can. The people that control the means of production are able. Like, in other words, the way history is taught to the kids now is not the same that the way it was taught to us back in the day. Like, we had an agreement between this person. No. We were indentured servants, slavery, blah, 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 blah. So my fear is yes, you can erase history. I've seen it done. And I think that what's going to ultimately happen is that's going to disappear. And the next point, which we're going to debate, which Norm kind of broke me down about, is now the Homestead Grays officially MLB licensed, right? They're going to start printing T-shirts, this and that and the other, and they're going to start making a whole lot of money. Now, the original people that own those baseball teams, their progeny, ain't going to get nothing off of a Brooklyn Black Dodgers hat or Newark Eagles hat at all. That's going directly to Major League Baseball.
Here's the thing. That had to be somebody's call, right? And my problem with that, it had to be somebody's call to say that, now we're going to include the stats from Negro League Baseball into MLB.
Yes.
All right. So somebody came up with this great idea or whatever the case may be. All right. So for years we had Reggie Jackson and Doc Gooden and a
lot of great baseball
all these other black baseball players or whatever that knew the Negro League existed, whatever. They never did anything, right?
Yes.
To make any types of moves to bring that together and rebrand that the Negro League.
Nope.
All right. So now I'm quite sure, like you're saying, now it's going to be erased or whatever. Nah, listen, this is a good thing. Again, them taking those stats and everything and incorporating that into MLB is going to be a good thing, bro. That's going to be a good thing because that's the start of it. But again,
I'm listening.
This is where we have to stop taking the short money over the long money. All right, we have to start learning the importance of waiting for that long money and stop just accepting the short money. And my comparison that I gave you was Ray Charles. Ray Charles, right? One of the first to say, I want to own my own masters. This was before Prince. This was before Prince.
He was visionary.
And him just the artist formerly known as whatever. Ray Charles was on that from the door. Ray Charles was about the long money and not the short money.
Okay.
Right? Ray Charles was initially signed to Atlantic Records, and Atlantic Records put him on, put those records out there, and he was making pennies for every record sold. Right? Here comes ABC. Listen, Ray, we want to give you the full orchestra. We want to expand your records and your sound to everybody. And it won't just be Negro music. We want to expand it to everybody. He said, oh, that's good. And we're going to pay you X amount of $1 million, right? Ray said, that's cool, $1 million? I'm not making that over here with Atlantic Records, even though I'm friends with these guys. Can I own my own masters too? And they was like, own your own masters? Nah, Ray, but we're going to give you $1 million. Now, Ray could have took the $1 million, and this is what I mean by the short money. Ray could have took the $1 million and got that short money, because $1 million is great when you don't have nothing. $1 million is beautiful. But Ray said, you know what? I want that $1 million, and I want my masters too. You know why? Because I know if y'all giving me $1 million, y'all must gonna make about $50 million. Right? So I want to control my own masters. And that's what happened with Ray Charles. He took the long money instead of the short money. We have to do our due diligence, learn more about business, and start getting that long money. What's going to be better for us in the long run, not just short term. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a female, and we're going to bring it back to the Man Cave Morning Show.
Of course.
That's like a female dissing a dude because he's working 2 jobs, one at Burger King, one at Wendy's, and he's trying to pay his way through college. Right? Now, it's that woman that don't have that long vision, that don't have that stinking short term and just now, give me now, that would be like, oh man, he's working at Burger King and Wendy's, and he going to college. He's trying to pay his way through college.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to diss him and put him down. A smart woman would be like, this brother's about to make something of himself. I'm gonna help him along the way, because she sees that that long term, that long money. You know what I'm saying? She sees that. We have to stop thinking like so small, man. We think small a lot of times.
So I happen to agree with everything that you just said, right? I happen to agree with everything you just said. And I got the ability to hold two different ideas in my head at the same time. Negro Leagues was owned by who? Us, correct? Right. Yes, this is a fact. Okay. Why was it owned by us? Well, we know why: racism, et cetera, et cetera. Racism in America is like what with the water, just is what it is.
What made the Negro Leagues fall short?
I'm about to tell.
Go ahead.
Let me break it down.
Go ahead.
Let me break it down. So now.
Follow along, y'all. Follow along.
So now. Okay.
We about to get there.
Okay. So separate. Matter of fact, the Negro Leagues used to play the major leagues, right? And clean their clock. This was a league that was owned by black people.
Share this out. We got some good.
It was owned for black people. So the starters of the league didn't take the short-term money. They took the long-term money because they wanted ownership. What happened? Branch Rickey said, there's talent there. And I can take the talent. Whereas the Negro League could pay you $10, baby, I could pay you $100. Okay, so all that black entrepreneurship, which you preach on this station, and all that black excellence, what happened? Major League started strip mining the talent of the Negro League, making the value of the Negro League completely disappear until it fell out of existence. So, to your point, there were groups of owners. It was numbers runners and gamblers and businessmen that pooled their money, which you always preach to me about. Say, get your own stuff. The larger society came along and said, I see the ability to make money off of this product, and they strip mined it and it disappeared. So that's the first thing. Second thing, then I'm gonna let you. Second thing, some people think that integration was a good thing for us. I say it wasn't. You see what I'm saying? Because in terms of our infrastructure, once we agreed to integration, our ownership went where? Now, I hear your point that we have to stay together, we have to do this, we have to do that. But like in entertainment, in the music industry, in the entertainment industry, our talent is strip mined, bye-bye, wait, and then we think that going with iHeartRadio instead of BKS1, black people think that iHeartRadio is more valuable than BKS1, right? This is how we think.
Right.
But ultimately, what happens to our ownership? Bye. That's all I'm saying about the whole, getting a T-shirt with the Major League Baseball. You ain't getting a cut off that. The people that started that league ain't getting a cut off that. But, and I'm going to let Norm talk, Norm said, but listen, once those people went to the major leagues, they could have brought.
Yeah, but listen, here's the whole thing. So let's talk about the whole decline of the Negro Leagues, whatever, right?
Right.
So like you said, when the MLB and white people came to the Negro Leagues, it's like, look, we're gonna start recruiting your best players for our league, right?
Yep.
So this was the decline of the Negro League.
Yes.
But those players didn't have to leave the Negro League.
Absolutely.
They could have stayed. Hear me out. So it wasn't, regardless whether the white man, the MLB at that time tried to snatch up all the best black players, we allowed ourselves to be snatched up. Hear me out. I'm going to say it again. We allowed ourselves to be snatched up and leave something that we controlled and leave something that we owned. Whose fault was that? Be honest. Whose fault was that? Whose fault?
Okay.
I dangle a carrot in front of you. And like, I know you're hungry, woo. Mm-hmm. Take this carrot, whatever. If you take the carrot, right, you walk away from the carrot because you don't think there's no food over here. And then 2 minutes later, your boy is like, yo, this is how we can grow a whole bunch of carrots. Mm-hmm. That was your fault for falling for the carrot. You feel me? Where you could have maintained ownership, whatever you could have developed, you could have grew your own brand. Same thing with Ray Charles, bro. He was smart enough not to take the carrot.
Okay.
He did not take that carrot, and he got control.
Okay. While I
you
completely
gotta think different
and totally agree about controlling your own destiny, not being a victim, I will be remiss if I said that all of those people took the short-term money for no reason at all. They took the short-term money because they realized that the playing field that they were on wasn't equal, right? So it's easier for me to be selfish when I know the field is stacked against me. Now, I can hear a lot of people out there saying you're just making excuses, you're just trying to blame the white man, blah, 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 blah. Systematic racism ensures that whatever decision you make you're not coming from an equal brain. You're not. You coming from something that's unequal, where you got to work twice as hard and you got twice the things against you. Okay, it's a white guy and a black guy. So sorry. What did your father tell you and my grandmother and everyone else? You got to be twice as good. Why? How come you just can't be good? Why? Why is that? We already understand from birth that we have to do things twice, right, as well as everyone else. All I'm saying is you should be responsible, not to take the short-term money, but also realize that you have to do everything you can to balance the field out. I know it sounds like I'm making excuses for black people, this, that, and the third, but I'm really not, because I believe in everything that you're saying. What is the reason that we always take the short money? Because we just inferior and can't understand the concept of long money. None of us understand this concept.
In the words of King Jaffa, who told you that? Who told you that? Nah, bruh.
Don't you have sex with your babies? I know I do.
Nah, bruh.
Go ahead.
Nah. Let me tell you something, man. That's just because we continue to be validated by somebody else. And see, we
continue to be validated by someone else. We
seek validation from other people.
I agree with you.
Caller from the 908. State your name where you calling from. You on the Man Cave Midday Show. What's good?
Yeah, this is your boy Jimski. How you doing, gentlemen?
Jimski.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, fam. What's up?
Yeah, I like the topic you're talking about here, but we need to sometimes step away from the black view and look at the success of how it's done. If you look at the Asians, even though they have a baseball league, the MLB is able to take players, but they're still able to maintain. And one of the reasons why they're able to maintain is a sense of pride and a sense of it's ours, instead of just the major leagues. So you have the major leagues, and a lot of people, they have the money and ability to dangle that carrot that we were talking about, to get an individual or one or two to cross over to the big money. But what they have established is their own personal, and there's more than one baseball league, guys. Right. If you look at the Dominican leagues and the Spanish leagues, they're able to thrive.
Or the Japanese league.
Japanese league. Part of it is because the pride in it, that it's ours, and we understand we might not be the major leagues, but we can thrive. And I think when, as black or African Americans, change their mindset and stop trying to view the other to match, and understand that I can't match at this time, but I can thrive and put forth a good product, you'll find out that we would keep more things instead of selling out to the big leagues. It's a big problem with selling out, guys. You got to understand. A lot of people don't live for the future. They live in their now. And if you got that mindset, you're going to always take the carrot. Well, you're never going to take the future. Just like if you ask 100, 200 black folks, you do a survey, how many of them been saving their pension and putting money in a 401k? And that's a mindset that we have. You will see, if a job don't provide it, we won't do it. If a job didn't put forth a percentage, we want that money in that check this week. We're not looking at the long term, what we're going to do after. Even me, I had a 401k, and I done dipped in it 2 or 3 times.
Me too.
Just to make things happen now.
That's what happened with BKS.
That's how you got the station. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been dipping into it for my now, knowing good and well I'm 53, 10 years I'm 62, and I won't have the ability to earn the way I did when I was 51 or 41 or 31. I won't have that ability to put in long hours, or unless something breaks in the universe.
Right.
I'm on a crash course for retirement, and looking through this pension and seeing how much you got.
But you know what?
But we have to get past that.
You know what, Jimsky?
We have to learn that.
To piggyback on what you're saying, see, our biggest problem has always been fear, right? Fear is one thing. That's been our problem. But also, our problem, too, is when we think something is better, it don't necessarily have to be better, but when we think something is better, we tend to go with what we think is better. And a lot of times the ideology and some of the ideas that were sold to us by white America, we bought into quick because we think they're better. And I hate to say it like that. We think that whatever they do or whatever they're involved with is better.
Yeah, of course.
And we start to think less of our own.
Of course.
So once we start to value ourselves a little bit more, right, and we lose a little bit of that, we lose all of that, not a little bit, lose all of that self-hate. Once we lose all of that self-hate, we'll start to value what we have more. And the fact, I'm glad you brought up the fact of they got Dominican leagues, they got Japanese leagues, and all of these leagues are successful. You know why? Because they have a support system. They have a built-in support system that values what they do. They don't look for validation from nobody else. They don't care. And I was saying that before, earlier to Wu, just like the town, you know about Edison, Jimsky. You know about Edison, right? When you go into Edison, you on Oak Tree Road, it's primarily what? It's like you in India. It is like you are in India because they have their own banks. The Indians have their own supermarkets. They have their own nail salons. They have their own this. They have their own that. And they support each other. And we talk about this all the time because you know why? They don't look for validation from us or anyone else. And once we start valuing what we have already, and once we start supporting what we have already, and once we stop being scared, and once we lose this fear, we can have so much more without looking for validation from someone else. And that's really the best way I can say. Thanks for calling in, Jimsky. Appreciate you, brother.
Yep.
So
happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yep. Happy holidays.
Before we move on, the question is why and what do we do next? There are definitely different groups of people that pool their resources and do what we have to do. We were also discussing what we deem as success. Okay.
Right.
I would like to bring this up, boss. Mm-hmm. Tyler Perry and Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Eddie Murphy, big time, old school movie star. You see what I'm saying? Ingratiated into the system and getting his paper. Tyler Perry, completely independent, rocking on his own way, doing whatever. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What was the thing that you brought up to me about Tyler Perry as opposed to Eddie Murphy, if you don't mind? What did you say to me about that? Remember?
As far as remind me because I said a few things.
What I'm saying is,
which point?
Okay, here's the point. They're both making a whole lot of money,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But who gets crapped on by their own people more?
Right.
And by Tyler Perry or Eddie Murphy, and why?
Let me tell you something. Eddie Murphy makes some great movies, right?
Absolutely.
Eddie Murphy has been in the game long enough. Eddie Murphy has his own production
He's
company.
an old-time movie star.
Yeah, he has his own production company, right?
Speak.
And I purposely, a lot of times, there's strategy, there's a method to my madness. I purposely put up a post saying, which Tyler Perry movie did you like the best?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to see who came at him the first.
Right.
I knew, there's people out there that like some of his movies. There's people that don't. But I wanted to see who came at him, who was coming at him, whatever like that, and their reasoning why.
Yes.
Right? And so I'm going to say this without being messed up. But The reason why.
Say it.
Black Hollywood.
Say it.
There has to be a Black Hollywood and a white Hollywood, and why Black Hollywood is really not respected.
Right.
It's really not that much. They really don't respect Black Hollywood in Hollywood, because
they make money off them though.
They make money off of us,
them.
But they see how we really don't support our own.
That's it.
And how quick we tear down our own. People do not realize it, and I said this before. The more we publicly speak out against our own, the more we tear down our own that is trying to do something, we're never going to have that respect in Hollywood. Now, regardless of the fact that Tyler Perry has one of the biggest studios
on the planet.
That's
right.
Right? We still shit on him because of his filmmaking. This movie could have been better or whatever like that. Listen, this man is growing from a playwright and putting on plays,
living in his car,
into being a movie maker, right? So even with any skill set, when I went from DJing to producing, I had to start from somewhere.
Yep.
I didn't come into it being good from the door. I had to learn how to make a beat. I had to learn how to put the chord to the beat, put the music to the beat. I had to learn how to find a vocalist to sing over or to rap over the beat or whatever like that. And I had to learn that, and I had to master it. You know what I'm saying? So he's still, to me, he's mastering the art of movie making. Right? So what we shouldn't do is you don't kick nobody when they're down. You're not supposed to be kicking nobody when we're down. We do that a lot with Tyler Perry. I refuse to shit on that man. I refuse to kick him down when he's still down, still not at the plateau where he's getting Oscars and Academy Awards. None of that yet. Hopefully it will happen for him or whatever, but he's still developing. He's still learning.
So speaking of the sellout,
we play ourselves when we do that, when we kick our own people down.
And on the criticism.
Real talk. Go ahead.
So now, if I said this to Norm, if I had the opportunity to make $10 million a year, right, or $12 million a year in ownership, but the only catch to me having my ownership is my people shitting on me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, getting shit on by the people that I care about the most, that I want to do the most for, right? Those are the people that are taking advantage of me, running me around, talking about me like a dog, et cetera, et cetera. Or I can go to NBC. Listen to me, baby. Get my check, get my gated community in deuces. When I was a kid, Jesse Jackson was the most firebrand. Al Sharpton was the most radical. I caught on TV. Al Sharpton on MSNBC like, wish up. You know, let's go to the commercial, whatever. If we're going to really talk about this issue, let's talk about it. The fact is that when we get successful, the first group of people that shit on us is us, and we are consistent, and also we feel like we have ownership of that person because you're black. You see what I'm trying to say? So we feel like you ain't shit and this and that and third, whereas you don't see other groups of people doing that. And my supposition is, and I'm all for ownership. I'm on a black-owned station and everything else. As a human being, it's no fun to be first. It's no fun to be the trailblazer. It's no fun to reach back to get your brother and have your brother try to break your own hand and talk about you and leave you to the wolves. So this quote-unquote sellout thing, as an example, not for me personally, for me and my family and my well-being, chilling in the gated community, this, that, and the other, or getting shit on every single day by my own, maybe I'm going to fall back. Hell, maybe I'm going to give me a job on CFC, NBC, and whatever. Maybe I'm going to sell my company. Maybe BET is going to be owned by Viacom. Because you know what? I've been fighting for 40 years. You niggas been shitting on me for 40 years. Yeah. Yo, what's up with me and my family? Deuce. I did my part for my people.
I'll be the first to tell you this. What was the amount of money that Bob Johnson got for BET when he sold it? I think it was $300 million.
Yeah.
It was $300 million.
A lot of money back then. Yeah. What's it worth now?
Okay. It's worth billions. BET's worth, that intellectual property is worth billions.
Absolutely.
Now. But see, again with Bob, now he got more money than me and you.
Yeah, of course.
But he took the short money.
I agree.
I'll say that, and I'll say that he's a billionaire now. He took the short money.
Yeah.
That's the short money because he, my thing is if you got that short vision, whatever, he took that short money. And everybody's like, oh, why Bob, whatever like that. I'm still to this day like Bob should have held on to that. You know what I'm saying? To this day. But he took that short money. Chad Smith said on YouTube, Chad said Tyler Perry even named one of his sound stages after Spike Lee, who was one of his biggest critics.
Right.
Just because he respects him for what he did for the culture. See, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's a true businessman right there. Say what you want to about Tyler Perry.
Yeah, of course.
But he's a businessman. All right? You know what I'm saying? That's just like, again, if y'all know Norm for making mac and cheese, I'm known for my mac and cheese, right? Because I make some good mac and cheese, sisters. I can get with some of the best of y'all when it comes to my mac and cheese. But if that's what I'm known for and that's what I've done well, once Norm starts trying to make barbecue chicken and all of that, it's going to take me a while to perfect that barbecue chicken. It's not going to be as good in that same level as my mac and cheese. You feel me?
Go ahead.
Because it's going to take me a minute to perfect that barbecue chicken. Let Tyler Perry perfect his movie making. Let him perfect his writing skills. And we don't know the reasoning why he does most of what he does. We don't know that. We don't know the behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? He's still getting his feet wet in that. But we cannot tear him down in the process. We cannot constantly criticize him in the process. DM that man, inbox that man, do all of that, whatever like that. But when I'm telling you, when you publicly put our own down,
oh yeah,
other people start to devalue it as well. When you publicly put your own down, other people that are not us start to devalue it as well. That's all I'm trying to say.
And I would like to add to that, sir, that we'll move on. I would like to add to that. You and I are products of parents that were in the civil rights movement, the Black Panthers, the 70s, Muslims, and everything else. Okay. Those particular group of people that are older than us, a lot of those people are now corporate.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why have they now okay. So let's give a quick example. Listen. You need to hire more black construction workers on your site. You see. And if you don't, I'm going to stand outside your establishment and picket you and tell all the black people not to support you.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this. I won't do that if you cut me a check to my organization. My black organization.
Mm-hmm.
It's now a hustle. But now, let's move further. Why? It didn't start out that way. You see what I'm saying? I'm donating millions and millions of dollars to Black Lives Matter because I believe it. It's a business now. How come it never stays like for the people, by the people? One of the reasons I suggest is, 1, we don't value ourselves. 2, we tear each other down and we don't trust one another. And 3, listen, if you on the front lines, you get tired. You get tired of people saying, stop saying racism, stop pointing that out, you're just exaggerating, this and that and the other. And then when you go to look for support from your own people, you don't get it. Now you're 50 years old, your sciatica's acting up, you got a mortgage and 2 kids in college. You like, yo, Norm, if you don't hire more Latinos at BKS1, it becomes business. Whereas it's no longer about the original movement because you're tired. So now it's like, it becomes a check that you have to cut. I won't protest you unless you give me a check or whatever, and you become disaffectual. That happens to us all the time. It happens to us all the time. So this idea of sellout, I'm not for the sellout, but I understand why when you're not supported by your own, and why you can't get our people to understand that we're valuable. Take the check, General. Take the short money, live in your gated community, marry your white woman, dish your black wife, be Clarence Thomas. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because you the devil? Why? Why you do that? Why do a lot of us do that? That's all I'm saying, boss. It happens. People get tired, man.
Because you get tired.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
You do get tired. So if Tyler Perry right now decided to say, you know what, I'm going to start hiring all Caucasian actors and just all Latino actors, whatever.
In partnership with Sony.
Because y'all don't love me.
And you don't support.
And
I'm tired of y'all.
And then we'll be mad at him again.
Absolutely.
Once he does that.
Right.
But
yes.
But he got tired. If that man just gets tired, you know what? I'm just tired of y'all. I'm not hiring no more
Mike Brooks.
I'm not hiring no more black directors.
That's right.
I'm not hiring no more
actresses,
audio engineers
That's
for
right.
my studio.
Cameramen.
No more Foley
more black, artists,
construction people.
That's right.
For the studio, no
That's
more janitors. I'm not even hiring no more
That's
black
right.
janitors or
That's
whatever like that. It's gonna be all Caucasian people, all Latinos, whatever. I'm not hiring y'all no more. If he does that, he's within his rights because of how we've treated him.
He'll get shitted on the same way he's getting shitted on now.
Think about what I'm saying. But we'll be quick to say he's a sellout. People get tired, like anybody else.
As a human being.
If you get constantly beat up by the same person over and over again,
Right.
you're going to get tired.
Right.
You're going to get tired. Think about that, y'all. We had to drop that gem real quick.
Yes, we did.
Now, sometimes do we get tired of each other?
Yes.
Our behavior?
Yes.
The way we just act?
Yes.
Some of the stupid, ignorant things that we do?
It's the white man.
We need to be able to call each other out.
It's racism, man.
Real talk. We need to be able to call each other out.
I'll blame Donald Trump. Institutionalized racism.
Now let me show y'all some foolishness. Now this foolishness, we're gonna have some fun now. Click that share button. So this foolishness happened at Popeyes.
Show.
Right? This happened at Popeyes. It didn't happen at Chick-fil-A. It happened at Popeyes. And if I was in the drive-thru at this Popeyes, me and Wu both talked about this.
We talked about this at our age.
At our age now, we just
age.
would have rolled out.
Yeah.
Maybe back when
we wouldn't have.
We would have got out on some
rah right? Yeah.
But
that's before arthritis and sciatica. Go ahead.
Again, I'm gonna show y'all this clip. We got to do better. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Let me show y'all the clip. Let me find a clip for y'all. All right, here it goes.
There they go, right there. Baby.
Right there. All right.
Come on down, you might well come on up at these doors. I'm on mama, you got OG.
This at Popeyes. Keep watching. Keep watching, y'all.
It gets better.
Young Dusty Gunner ass bitch. Fuck you, hoe. Dust can, Burger King, McDonald's eating ass bitch. Hoe, this the manager. Bitch, I'ma spring on one of you young bitches. Man, fuck you, hoe. Ugly ass bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Walk up to the window, hoe. Walk up to the window now, bitch. I bet I smack the shit out one of you young ass hoe. One of you dick sucking ass ragged, lace sprung wearing ass bitch.
This the manager, y'all.
Go on, bitch. Neck bunny wearing ass bitch. Go on, hoe. You ain't even got no tag. Come on down, you might well come on up at this.
How great we are. Damn it, man.
The views that I'm about to express.
This is at Popeyes.
Do not represent BKS1 Radio proper.
Ooh, baby.
Do not.
I got Popeyes.
Do not represent Norm, his business, or whatever. Cover your ears because you're going to get mad. That's the most nigga shit I ever seen about. Like, yo, nigga at the Popeyes, like, the behavior. Like, if I would have saw that, bro, I would have just drove off. In my younger days, I would have seen what was going on, what's popping, see if I could fight, whatever. But why do we behave like that? Like, what's...
But see, we need to call that type of behavior out. That was the manager. Okay, your employee
hit someone.
Already was out of line, you know,
by hitting a customer.
Unprofessional,
right? And cussing them.
Then here comes the manager, just as bad.
A manager of what? Fried chicken. She should have threw a watermelon at him in a chitlin.
When your leader is ratchet,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Jesus
Christ!
Come on, man.
Negroes, please.
I'm just saying, man. We got to do that
something.
turd.
Whoo.
We have to do better. Turd.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm old. I would have just drove off. Go in peace.
Yeah, Nikki, you missed the clip. Shakisha said Popeye's got roaches.
Popeye's got roaches.
Petty Patty. Barb said they both should be fired. Denise is just covering her face.
We got problems.
Sandy said horrible but hilarious. Ingrid said absolutely horrible. And Nikki Raspberry said right, gentlemen. No doubt.
Yo,
it's just crazy. We gotta do better.
We gotta do better. I don't want to say the N word no more. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Woo, can't retire just yet.
Hold on.
Oh my God!
So we gotta talk about where's that clip? Yeah, right here. All right. So Barb said, now wait, I have a good friend who's a manager at Popeyes in VA, and she doesn't do that. Yeah, I believe so. But even though, this is about to make me start going to Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
Shout out to Popeyes and East Orange and them long ass lines. And you run out of chicken on a regular basis.
Now,
okay, go ahead.
Let's touch on our topic.
All right.
The words you say can have a long-lasting effect on someone. The words you say can have a long-lasting effect on someone. All right? We're going to get deep here. Share it out. Click that share button. Some of y'all need to hear this. And some of y'all already know, but need to get reminded. The words you say can have a long-lasting effect on people, either in a negative way or a positive way.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
What made us talk about this? Because of this clip right here. Yeah. I'm about to show you.
Let's go to the videotape.
So, basically, the young lady asked, what was the most effed up thing your parents told you as a kid that really hurt your feelings and is still stuck with you today? What is the most effed up thing your parents told you as a kid that really hurt your feelings and is still stuck with you today?
Okay.
All right. So that's what inspired the nature of this conversation, but we're going to take it somewhere else with y'all, our beautiful listeners. All right. So let me play the clip. Just peep it out. Listen to it.
All right.
Fucked up thing that your parents told you as a kid that really hurt your feelings and is still stuck with you today?
On today's episode of Childhood Trauma. So I'm my mom's oldest child of 4, girl, boy. I am the thicker of the 2 girls. Like, I've always had like thick hips and thighs and like an ass and all of that. So I was hypersexualized as a child. When I was 12, I started my period. Like, I started to get like little boobies and like, super insecure about everything. So that same year, I got my first pimple on my chin after getting my period. And I'm sitting in the front seat, like picking at it, like picking at my face, because I'm like, oh my God, I have a pimple. Oh my God. My mother turns to me, and instead of saying anything constructive, she goes, if you weren't sucking dick, you wouldn't get pimples on your chin. I was 12. What's the
most fucked up thing that your parents told you as a kid that...
Okay. Let's talk about you laughing. So that's where her mom said to her, whatever, if you wasn't sucking D, you wouldn't have got those pimples or whatever like that.
Was you sucking D? No.
I mean, we don't know what she was doing. These kids is wild for her parent to say that. But I get it. So that stuck with her over the years or whatever like that. That stuck with her over the years. And what I'm realizing as, being in my 50s now and just having a younger, like a son and everything.
Right.
And years later, right, me and his relationship been strained.
Right. Yep.
I've been traveling, doing the music thing, been boom, 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 this, whatever. No excuses. You know what I'm saying? But, and not to say he don't have his own issues. All right. But, again, you can't tell. So if my son comes and tell me he was hurt or this bothered him or whatever like that, you cannot argue with nobody that says you hurt them. And what I'm learning is you cannot tell people how to hurt. You cannot tell people how to feel pain.
That's right.
You cannot. So if somebody tries to come to you and be like, look, this hurt me or this bothered me, just listen. Listen to it in its entirety first before you respond. All right? And the worst thing you could do is somebody that's coming to you and saying, listen, you hurt me because of this, is tell them, no, I didn't. blah, 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 and blah. No, you can't tell nobody how to hurt or how to feel pain. So, when my son came to me one time when we texting back and forth, whatever, he was like, we're going to talk, blah, 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 and all of this. I was like, yeah, we need to talk, man. We getting older, like, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. I'm not with your mom no more. I'm not blah, 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 blah. Whatever it is that hurt you, you know what I'm saying? When we got a divorce, whatever the case may be, let's talk about it. I'm being transparent with y'all right now. So when my son says, I never thought my dad would be my first bully. My son said that to me. I never thought my father would have been my first bully. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? So we had the conversation about what it meant, and we're going to have a continuing conversation. But I say all that to say that you never know what you have said to someone or what how you speak to someone, how it can affect them in the long run. And, you could tell somebody when they're younger, oh, my God, you're going to be great. You're going to be great. You're excellent. You're excellent. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. They're going to carry that with them for the rest of their life. That's the positive thing.
Right.
They're going to carry all those words of affirmation and all the positive things you said to them and all the inspirational, motivational things you said to them. They're going to carry that for the rest of their life. Those are the things they're going to remember. Now if you're constantly putting down somebody and saying negative things to them, or you ain't going to be ish, you ain't nothing, you're garbage, you're ugly, you're stupid, you got pimples, you got freckles, you got this, your nose too big, your lips too big, your face too wide, you're too daggone fat, you're too
skinny,
you're too skinny, you're too this, you're too that, whatever. These words are going to affect people in their life. It's going to affect people for the rest of their life. They're going to carry that with them inside, and they're going to know, and they're going to remember that you said it. They're going to remember that you said it, and they're not going to forget that it was you that said it. But if they let you know that you are the one that have hurt me, that you're the one that hurt me, you sit your ass back and you listen to them. You sit back, you don't say nothing, and you just listen to them, and you take it all in. Whether you know it wasn't really that way or not, listen to them. Stop telling people how to hurt, and stop telling people how they should feel pain and handle pain.
So, General, this is such a profitable and such a deep conversation. I, too, have had these very difficult conversations with my children, particularly when you said the word bullying, whatever. Okay, let's rewind the tape. And I'm not making excuses. I would just like to be transparent. Certainly, being raised by my grandparents and my dad as well, the words that they used, right? I am just now releasing. I'm just now figuring out who I am. Because when you're at a young age and people say hurtful things to you and you're powerless to talk back, like, shut up before I whoop your ass and stop crying, this, that, and the other. What happens is you internalize that and you carry on that pathology into the rest of your life, and then you too become the bully, right? You too become abusive. To say that it was a different time, General, we ain't wear seatbelts, you a punk, you a fag, you this, you that. I mean, the way they rarely gave compliments, rarely gave positive affirmation. You ain't gonna be ish, and your daddy ain't gonna be ish. You crazy just like your mama. You too fat, you too skinny, you too this, you too that. There was a pathology that they had from their parents, and this is how we grew up. Fortunately, society is starting to evolve, but it touches me and that you shared your story, because I definitely have had conversations with my children that were extremely uncomfortable.
Right.
Where I had to sit back and listen to say, wow, I was blown away. Because in my thick head, I'm like, I love you, I'm supporting you, and I'm just making you a man. Some of that, I was being abusive. Some of that, I wasn't giving my children the opportunity to be who they wanted to be, because it's simply all I knew. Now, as an older adult, I'm spending the rest of my life trying to reverse the damage that I did. But General, this is how we were raised. Bruh. And I was telling Norm this. I'm the softest person in my family, right? Mom was boy quiet. to the rest of the world, I always get feedback of how aggressive I am, of how negative I am. Bruh, you couldn't survive, like the way the world is now, you couldn't have survived in my house. You were criticized, ridiculed, made fun of, and I'm like, damn, nigga, you love me? Like, you love me and this is how you treat me?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
right. Well, you know what? All of us are cut from a different cloth, man. And one thing I had to realize in just growing up and everything is that everybody don't have a thick skin like me. Like, everybody don't have a thick skin. Like, I've developed a very thick skin.
Developed. I developed, but you didn't always have it.
Right.
I had to develop. Yes.
I developed a very thick skin.
Developed.
So it's like, I can take it. You want to throw it at me, I can take it, whatever. I may not like it, but I can take it, whatever the case may be. But I realized everybody else is not built like that. Everybody else is not built like me. You know, and I realized that. You know? And then good thing, negative thing. But everybody else is not built like me. So you got to stop expecting everybody else to be you. Stop it.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
Of course.
Everybody else is not you. Don't expect people to handle things the same way that you handle things. People are different. Everybody's an individual. That's what makes this world go around. We all are different. None of us are the same. How you may handle a situation, I may handle it different. Now, if you in my circle and I see you handling a situation that I personally think may not be the best way for you to handle it, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you know that out of love.
Yeah,
but
of course.
you still go and handle that your way.
Yeah.
If you don't want to take my advice for it, you know. But I'm at a point in my life where the mistakes that I've made,
yeah,
I don't repeat. I try not to repeat. And if I see somebody else making those same mistakes that I made, I try to grab them by the arm.
Yeah,
and
of course.
I try to be like, no, don't turn left. If you turn left, this big ass monster going to be right there waiting to get you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go down that street. The lion's down there, and he's going to eat you up. I made that mistake before, and I got eaten up. I don't want you to make that same mistake. So, that's all I'm saying. So the words, choose your words wisely. You know what I'm saying? And the more you mature, you realize that you have to. Certain people you got to treat and walk on eggshells. Certain people in life, I realize that. Certain people you could just be straight out with. They want it straight, no chaser, and they respect that from you.
So what I would like to say to you is certain people aren't built that way. As a child, I wasn't built that way. But emotionally, I got beat up and beat up and beat up, and emotionally, not physically, but sometimes physically too, but emotionally, I got so beat up, right, that for whatever reason in general, I decided to change in order to survive. Now, once I made that change, and looking back in retrospect, I don't even recognize myself because that sensitivity and being quiet and compassionate wasn't an acceptable thing. I'm just keeping it 1,100 in my household. Now, fast forward, the things that I used to cry in my room about, I did to my own children. Like I became that as a defense mechanism. Gotta be loud. Gotta bring it. What's good? You ready to die? Hyper masculine, toxic, all of those things. I wasn't able to survive if I just stayed who I really truly was. So now I made the adjustment to survive, but then I ended up victimizing the people that I love for my own survival.
Right.
So now I go back to my children and I go back to my own karma and the people that I've hurt, and I humbly ask to apologize. But general, it made me who I am, the good and the bad. I can't go back and change the past. It made me who I am. So
but
what do we do?
I don't know, because you know what? Because we getting older, so a lot of things we used to react to, we don't.
Yeah,
we don't. You know what I'm saying? We getting older. A lot of things we used to react to,
wisdom.
We don't. And I noticed that with myself, and it's funny because, you know, one of my partners here at BKS, they're like, "Damn, you so different. Like, you was just a different dude now."
Yeah.
Because I don't react to a lot of things that I usually would snap at. You know, there's certain things that go on. I'm like, why did they leave all the buttons up? Why did they have to push this button? Blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And I would call that person
and be like, what the?
And give them a whole spill of why they shouldn't touch that damn button, or why they didn't have to do this with the garbage, or why they didn't have to do this with that, without this whole damn spill. And like, now I'm just like, let me just fix it. That's my thing now. When people F something up with, when it comes to what I do in my business or whatever like that, and knowing that they just didn't take the time to it, because I realized, and this was said to me, Norm, you are very detailed when it comes to certain things. You are very detailed. Everybody is not as detailed as me when it comes to this, because this is not everybody's passion. This is not everybody's baby, and I get that. But it's my passion, it's my baby. So how I would have turned a button this way, they don't think to do that, and they'll turn it the other way. So there's nothing wrong with them. It's just that's just them. But I would have blacked out back in the day.
Yeah,
I would have blacked out about that situation. Now I'm scaring myself because I'm quiet about a lot of things. Me now, even now, I sit at home sometimes. Sometimes I sit at home,
think to yourself,
quiet, and think to myself, whatever. And I may go into my own little room or whatever like that. And it's funny because I don't want my wife to feel like I'm being distant
from her.
It's that, sometimes she don't realize I got the weight of the world on my shoulders.
Yes.
I got to hold down
and
maintain a business.
Right.
When you work for yourself,
it's stressful. Yep.
It's stressful. When you work for yourself, I've been working for myself. I left corporate America years ago, right? And then when you have an estranged relationship with somebody that's close to you,
right.
Like my son or whatever like that, and y'all beginning to open up and y'all communicate whatever, and at a certain point when you have these estranged relationships, you just want to fix them. You just want to move on from it.
Not blame nobody, just fix it.
And not talk about the same old thing that was a problem before. Right? Because if you're telling me about something you got mad at
35 years ago.
30 something years ago,
right.
35 years ago.
Right.
Whatever. And I'm trying to remember because, you got mad at that? Well, that was just called discipline. Why you couldn't go out the house at 3:00 in the morning?
Yeah. Right,
that was called discipline.
Right.
Why I made you hang up the phone at 2 a.m. in the morning? That was called discipline.
Don't call my house so damn late. Yeah.
Why I yelled at you because you got mad and you purposely broke something in the house? That was called discipline.
Right.
All right. But a child at that then may not have seen it as discipline, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But you never got no ass kicking from me. You never got no ass beating from me. You just got yelled at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I never physically put my hands on you, gave you the beatings. I left that up to your mother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, at the end of the day, to have these conversations again with your child 30 years later, it's not the easiest thing to do.
Or to hear or to feel.
Or to hear, but you still have to just sit back.
And listen.
Because they're telling you, whether you felt as though that was, you hurt them or not, you was just being a parent or whatever, you have to sit back and listen and understand why they react and they do and they say the things they do. You know what I'm saying? And like you said it earlier, and I think shout out to Tiffany Barker on the check-in. I think Tiffany said it earlier, whatever like that. You become. That's what you become. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, when I see him lashing out now through social media or whatever, or maybe he may try to come at me for something 30 years ago on social media, I know he's dealing with some things. I know he's dealing with some things, whatever like that. And it's like, I don't get mad. I don't get upset. I'm like, that's how,
it's coming out.
Yeah, that's how it's
let
coming
him have
out.
that.
That's how you're dealing with that. I'm going to let you have that. I'm going to let you have that, and I'm going to fall back. But, no, we do need to sit down and have a conversation. Because just like you don't like feeling like you're being bullied.
Right.
I don't like feeling that way either.
Right.
But this is your time to get out what you need to get out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so be it. Go ahead.
So this is an extremely deep conversation because you going back into your childhood, then you're going back into the way that you raised your child. Now your son is a man, you're a man, and now this and that and the third. Okay. So that's a very deep thing. What I would like to say is this. The key to my anger and my rage, as to be transparent, was the fact that I always felt powerless. You understand? Mm-hmm. And feeling like, okay, grandma coming in and just disrespect me and just talk to me any old kind of way. You my grandson, I'm doing the goddamn thing I want to. And feeling like I had no ability to make change or to run or nothing. I carried that into my adulthood. So now, the key for me, like you said, into maturing and aging is recognizing that I am not powerless and no one listening to me is powerless. You always have the ability to make a decision. For instance, if somebody's saying something to you, you can't get away, you can make a decision to zone out, for instance, and go to another place and meditate and think about things or whatever. A lot of the reason that we are angry is because we carried the sense of powerlessness when we were a child into our adulthood, and then we lashed out at the people that we were closest to, because the people that you're closest to, you have power over. What you got to do, stop worrying about having power over other people, have power over yourself. Be compassionate and forgive yourself, right? And forgive others. Now, watch this. Once you begin to do that, you will be able to recognize the difference between discipline, right, and cruelty. Am I a softer person now than I used to be? Absolutely. But I ensured, in my imperfect way, that I let my children know it's a cold, cruel world. Nobody don't give a shit about you. You got to be twice as good. You got to be early, not on time, etc. There's some harsh things that I laid down that, like you said, they've come back to me and said, hey, that hurt my feelings or whatever, which is true. But it wasn't just, I was being a beast on certain things, but I have to make the distinction in terms of what it takes to be disciplined, because you could walk out of my house and never walk back in because of a decision that you made. So I have to make sure that you're conscious and aware and this and that and other, but does not give me the right to abuse you as my child.
Facts.
And I have had to go back to my daughter and my son. Yo, I'm sorry. Look, and then listen. Much I like to talk, listen. And when they say that to me, Norm,
that's important.
When they say that to me, Norm, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, shit. No. Let that go too. That's my ego talking. Just sit there and take it.
And you know what?
Let them be heard.
And that's it.
Take it.
Trust me, if I'm texting back and forth or whatever, my son, whatever,
going at it,
going at whatever like that, I'm like, hold up. Let him just say whatever he want to say. Because I start responding, you know, and I start getting heated, you know, and we both got tempers, and we both are stubborn and whatever like that, then nothing will never get solved. There will never be no solution to the problem. You know what I'm saying? And my goal at this age of my life for anything is things to only move forward in a positive direction. That's my goal, period. With anything I touch now is to move forward in a positive direction. And again, that came with growth and that came with maturity. You know, and I realize I see some people my age still that have not grown yet.
Yeah, of course.
Or have not matured.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at them like, yo, like you still thinking that same old effed up way that you was thinking back in the day, or you still thinking or doing the same old effed up thing you was doing back. No. You gotta grow for your own well-being. You gotta mature for your own well-being. Save yourself. Save yourself. Shout out to everybody on the check-in, man. Listen, and I know we're about to wrap up. We'll go ahead and make your point, right, but I just want to say this. I just want to say this, man. And a lot of times, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It is how you say it. Be mindful about the power in words, people. There is so much power in words.
Life and death,
words,
the power of the tongue.
Words can start wars. Words can start wars. All right? But words can also save someone.
Build. That's right.
Yeah. Words
create
also can
and not destroy.
Create.
That's right.
Build.
That's right.
And save.
That's right.
Just remember that.
That's right.
Real talk.
So in conclusion, about to wrap it up, and I'm trying to be careful. As your friend, okay, check this out. I gotta see how I word this. I am so glad that you're communicating with him. I love you. I never told you this before. I love you, and it hurt me when the communication wasn't there. So there's pain not talking to your kids at all. Then there's pain talking to your kids like, what you better shut up. I'm happy that you talking. Like, right. So, and that's what makes us say, let me just listen, because I can remember a time when my kids didn't communicate with me at all. So before I get mad and get into my ego or whatever, I could have this right here, knowing that I'm progressing, knowing that's progressing in a relationship with his son, or no communication at all. I'm appreciative of the fact, right, that they are talking to me at all. Even if they're saying F you, I got to take the F you over. Totally cut. There have been times when my kids have not spoken to me at all. And that shit hurt a lot. So the idea that he feels comfortable enough, or she, whatever, feels comfortable enough to say what they have to say, because the way we grew up, what you say, boy, I'm your father, I'll bust your ass. Like, we grew up like you couldn't say shit to your dad about what he did again. I'll break your jaw, and that was that. So now that we have these relationships where our kids can talk to us, but I just want to say one last thing. Sometimes I feel like they'd be a little disrespectful.
Yo. You said it.
Disrespectful as
you
shit.
said it. Mad disrespectful, and it's like, again, I'm from that era too, where my father. Let me tell you, this is real talk. My father was a good dude.
Yeah, my father was too.
My father was a good dude.
Nothing to fuck with though.
Nothing to F with.
Fuck with.
Strict dude.
Right.
But good dude. And
Yeah,
people loved him. My friends loved him and everything. But if you got out of line, or you disrespected my mother, my father would right in your behind quick. And when I look back now, I'm like, damn, we deserved a lot of ass beatings we didn't get.
True.
Like back when me and Eric, my brothers was growing up, we deserved a lot of ass beatings that we did not get. We got some ass beatings, but we deserved a lot more.
Right.
And but I learned so much of him as far as the way he disciplined, how he taught me a lot of different things, and just the type of dude he was. You know what I'm saying? I see why my mother loved him so much, and like they've been together for years, no divorce, no nothing like that, whatever. So I was blessed enough to grow up in a 2-family household. So when somebody like my son hurts because when he didn't have that 2-family household, it got cut short, after the divorce and all of that. His mother at that time, had her views of me because we weren't together and this and that.
Right.
So
Yes.
So I know how things can be impressionable, whatever. And at this point in my life, I don't fault him for anything maybe that his mother may have said, and I don't fault her for anything she may have done. It's over. I'm done with that. That part of my life is over with. I'm more focused on healing, and that's the problem with us too. When we have these situations, we don't focus on the healing. We still want to focus on what a person initially did, or what a person initially said, or what started the fire. We want to focus on that so much, and we forget to focus on the healing. And then sometimes we got to remind ourselves that we're not perfect. We got to remind ourselves that we are flawed. We got to remind ourselves that everyone makes mistakes. We have to just grow up. We have to grow up. Real talk. We have to mature in order to get past certain things in life and that we experience in life, because that's only growing up and maturing is really for us.
You're not a victim either.
It's for us. Right. Yes.
You're not a victim.
No doubt.
At all.
No doubt.
And in conclude, my father makes so much more sense when I'm 50 than he did when I was 10. I thought my father was a terror, but I wasn't able to comprehend the weight, what it meant to be a black man in America, bro.
Yeah.
You had to get a little fire in your ass to make you understand what you're dealing with. So, compassion and more understanding, and I'm so happy that the relationship is coming closer together. I love to hear that. That's all I got to say, man.
Yeah. No doubt, man. Again, this show was never really about us.
It's always about
today
you.
It sort of was. But it was still more for y'all.
Little therapy session. I don't want to pay the money.
It's never really about us. It's always about you, because you are the next best kept secret. We'll see y'all guys later.
Wakanda forever and Zamunda forever.
Peace and blessings.
Peace. Oh, that took a left.
BKScustoms.com.